Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I see we're getting a short-term little correction in the market. We knew it was a little bit overheated, and now it is happening. And we said, when this does happen, we're not always going to have control exactly what level it's going to get to, when it's going to happen. But we know when a market's overheated. We know when a short-term is pulling back. In that time, did we reverse? Are we good on high time frames? And should we be buying the damn dip, which is the big question today? Now, I do have big news though. Something has changed. We had a big chat this morning within the team. Crypto Banter is making massive changes, and this is why this episode is super important. We are going Bitcoin fully based. You know, we are 100% focused on Bitcoin now. No more degening, no more altcoins. We feel the guys are not doing enough risk management, and we think it's now time for us to become maxis and to only focus on Bitcoin. So I'll be doing 2-hour shows a day only on Bitcoin. And, you know, now that I've become a dad, I think it's time for me to grow up now and start being a little bit more responsible and only focus on Bitcoin. Now, I do have one of the biggest maxis in the world as my guest today. Let's bring him on. Yo, brother.
Yo. Obviously, no one is going to believe I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I'm wearing I mean, does this look like a Bitcoin maxi shirt?
It says Bitcoin in it.
It's lunatic. Sheldino, what if I told you that it's alt season coming now? And I know like everyone's thinking, oh my God, the markets look so flat. What if I told you it's actually alt season and I told you that I wasn't buying anything now? I wasn't buying anything. What would you say?
Like, you're not buying.
I'm going to say two things. I'm going to say it's alt season. And I'm going to also say I'm not buying anything today. What would you say?
Say that again one more time.
It's alt season.
Yeah, but you're not buying today.
And I'm not buying.
Let's get the people out of bed, and then you can tell me.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so this is not an April Fool's. This is not an April Fool's. Okay, so I'm going to show you that it's alt season, and then I'm going to show you. You're going to agree with me that it's alt season, and then I'm going to show you that it's actually not worth buying anything today. Well, not anything, but I haven't seen anything worth buying today.
Okay, I don't know if I agree with you on that one, but okay.
Okay, why? What would you be buying today?
Well, I'll be buying on this weekend, definitely. We finally have altcoin breakout. Yeah, so it can be today. It's whenever those buy zones get hit, and that's the main thing. We have had a phenomenal last 2 weeks. Massive gains. I'm super proud of the Banter fam. I think we've learned a lot and we've come a very far way. And the pullbacks happened, and now we need to get back in. I think people have been taking some profits, which is good. People are learning, and now we're back. And we got some really big signals happening on this Bitcoin dominance. So it's quite interesting. I think we're going to have a big chat on Bitcoin today because, I don't know, I still have an interesting take of Bitcoin no higher high, but altcoins absolutely smashing a higher high.
Wow. So you're talking about a 27. You're talking about a 2018 type scenario. You're talking about a 2018 type scenario. No ways.
As a possibility.
Okay, hold on. So first of all, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe to our channel. If you are here, all you need to do is just like this content. Just smash a like, and that gets the video out there for everyone to see. And we want everyone. We want people to get this content. So help us help you, and help us help people around us. Big show today. Massive show today. That's why I decided to join Sheldino. Someone's asking, where can I find the Degen-ish portfolio you built the other day? So here it is. This is as of yesterday.
The way you guys should be using that stuff is on the red days like this. What don't I have? What's looking good? What's broken trend? What's tested? Then you know when to load up.
So I even went one better. I just want to see if it's uploaded. So there, I did that for you guys. And I actually broke it up for you to say, in terms of if it's not a call, if we've made the call, it's on this sheet. Because we talk about a lot of comments and then people say, oh, but you told us to buy this and you told us to buy that. So let's get this straight. If it's not on the sheet, it is not a call. It's just a token that we speak about. If it's on the sheet, then we've told you guys to buy it, or we told you when we bought it. Let's make it more like that. Now, the top row is your HODL portfolio. The HODL portfolio is 50% of your total portfolio. The middle row is the gems. That is 35% of your portfolio.
I don't see it.
Say again?
Is it meant to be on the screen? Is it meant to be on the screen?
It is up on screen. Maybe you can't see it. Let's try again. And the Degen plays are 15% of your portfolio combined. Okay, so that is more or less, we may shuffle one or two around, but that's more or less what it looks like. Remember, the Degen plays 15% of your portfolio. The gems, 35% of your portfolio. The HODL is 50% of your portfolio. Your portfolio should look something like this. If we update it, if we make a call, we will update it on this call. If we don't update it on the call, it's not a call. It's just a token that we speak about. And remember to keep looking at where we actually put them. Because a lot of you, when we say Degen plays, you go and put 30% of your portfolio into Degen plays. No, these are 1 to 2% of your portfolio. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of these, your Degen plays, that should be 15% of your portfolio. That's more or less what we said. There is one more that we're adding on. We did call Moonbeam. We did call Moonbeam earlier, so we will add that onto one of our gems. But that's more or less what a portfolio should look like. If your portfolio doesn't look something like this, you're doing it wrong, and then you should be watching Carl's show. So that's a different portfolio. If you want to see, do you want to see Carl's show? So let me show you
how Carl's feeling right now. Let's see.
Yeah, let me show you Carl's portfolio. Hold on, I just want to show you Carl's portfolio right now. Just 1 second, 1 second.
Okay, wait, I've been waiting to do this for a long time.
You all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you?
Are you talking about a 2% drop, Carl?
Carl was in the market for 2 days. He was in the market for 2 days. 2 days ago, he turned bullish. Yesterday, he sold everything. Okay. Okay. Now.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Right now, he has. I've got a live photo of Carl's portfolio. Hold on, let me just show it to you. Notice how his Degen-ish looks compared to his 10x gems, and how the Degen and the 10x gems compared to the HODL. Just have a look at this portfolio. 1 second. That's Carl's portfolio.
Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Let's have a look at what's happening, then we can get the strategy within the weekend. So, first one, let's go through it here quick. Bitcoin, break out of wedge, and we got short-term pullback. Not surprised that it did come, as we did have RSIs, which was sitting at an overbought situation. So we pull back. Remember what we needed from this run, guys. The whole purpose of this run was to finally break out of long-term structure. That was all that we needed. We knew we came from downwards, we were in a sideways phase, and we had this wedge forming, and we just finally needed to break through the 46,000. So as far as it goes for crypto this week, we had a massive achievement of Bitcoin finally breaking the super key level. It then had the little touch of the 200-day moving average. Let's actually get rid of that, which it did touch, and that's where some resistance was sitting. But we also know how significant that line is for us, because as long as we have held that line in the past, it's been bull run season. So there will be some sort of little bit of resistance sitting at that point. But the main thing now is we broke clearly out. We made the higher high in play. We went to the next resistance. And now what we wanted to see was a pullback. Remember, you want to turn previous highs into support. You wanted to see the break, you wanted to see the test, and we were speaking the whole week about this being the very good indicator for us to load up on the pumps that we missed. We've been teaching guys not to chase within the pumps unless you're getting those beautiful entries. And this is the time where you need to be adding to your portfolio and to be stocking up more in these sort of zones. Now, what confirms that with me? Because how can everyone say, like, is there more damage to sort of come? So obviously we spoke about the news yesterday, right? And, like, yes, it can be something, but I feel like it's still a nothing burger because a lot more still has to come from it. Like,
it's not a nothing burger. It's not a nothing burger at all. It's not
it's not confirmed, right? And you think it's just going to be something that's just going to hit and it's just going to...
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's very much confirmed. It's very much confirmed, and it's very, very, very serious regulation. What it does is it makes crypto, it creates a lot more friction in crypto, basically. So this is not a nothing burger, if you want to call it that, because it does mean that every single non-custodial account, every single MetaMask, every single Ledger, Trezor, every single account that is paid to from an exchange is now going to have to be KYC'd, properly KYC'd, verified, not collected, verified. That's what the legislation says. It also means that if you want to pay your mom, let's make it even different. If I want to pay your mom, no, that sounds bad.
I want to pay my mom, man.
Yes, exactly. That sounds so bad. That's it. Okay, so basically, think about it like this: if Kyle is a customer of Coinbase in Europe and he wants to pay your mom, okay? Because I'm not never said I would pay your mom, but if Kyle wants to pay
your mom, nothing, right?
Okay, so it's Kyle. And let's say that your mom is not a customer of Coinbase. Before he pays her wallet, he needs to get her to do a KYC, which means that now Coinbase has your mom's details, okay? So now basically what I'm saying is everyone has your mom's number. Because
Okay.
Yeah, so you understand the problem. And the problem is that, on a very serious note, if I were to pay you from my Coinbase account and I'm living in Europe and you're living in wherever, you now have to KYC. Otherwise, I can't pay you the money. So what it does is it creates a lot of friction, a hell of a lot of friction. Because now what it means is you got to pay your own cold wallet. So now the government's got a list of your cold wallet. And then if you want to pay out of your cold wallet, you have to pay your wallet into my cold wallet, which is, it's an extra step. It's a lot of friction. It makes a big problem for DeFi. It's serious. And what I think is going to happen is they're starting like this. And then what they're going to do is they're going to ratchet up the regulations slowly. And like Wolf says, Wolf Smart, the biggest problem for me with this is that if the Coinbase database gets hacked, now they've got your details and your wallet address and all your money. So they know exactly how much money is in your wallet, and you're not even a Coinbase customer. That's a fucking disaster. And it is happening, and it is going to be implemented by 2024. So it is happening. We just have time to implement it.
2024, great. We had the speech on the Crypto Banter giveaway the other day, the weekend away. And what did you say? You say, guys, we really want to hit this industry and do well in this industry the next 2 years. After that, the big guys are in, things are controlled. That was great words you said. Like, I think till then, the next 2 years, it's coming. And whatever happens in the past, like, the money to be made, in my opinion, is now, within this year and next year. And whatever happens will happen. They'll always gain control, and there'll always be this sort of thing. But if we've got tons of money by then, we'll sort our own problems out and see what we're looking at. So Bitcoin, guys, this is good for me. I'm happy to see this, and this is where I'm capitalizing. Now, why am I capitalizing? And first thing, we have 4-hour RSI reached the bottom. Now we have 8-hour that's just hit the bottom. We have 12-hour that's just hitting the bottom. Now you sort of want to measure these moves on what are we moving up and what are we coming down. And the way you do that is through your RSI moves. The last time we were at the bottom here, we were there. Where do we end this time on the bottom? And if we're ending and we're holding the support, it's just reclaiming and showing how strong the trend still is. Now, what's confirming for me that this was a bounce for me, and I think there is a possibility that we can still test 44 again within the weekend. And I actually want to see for the next day to sort of slow down here and then continue the ride, is to look at this chart here and to say, well, okay, now, if Bitcoin is in a bad place, why are we getting such a massive acceleration within the Bitcoin dominance? The big thing that happened yesterday was we dropped the 200-day moving average on the Bitcoin dominance. Now, this is a big thing.
No, that's not the big thing that happened.
There's another one. But this is a big thing. With this on higher time frames and larger views, it's a good sign. And as long as we have been under it before, has been alt season. It's very simple. As long as we've lost these levels and we shot. The second thing that happened is we have a cross between the 50 and the 20 MA, and it crossed literally today that we've had the cross of this. Now this is a big sign, guys, because the last time we had the cross to the upward side, this was correction time. This is when we sort of had the terrible market for a good amount of time. Was in this time when we crossed to the upward side. And the last time we crossed to the downward side, this was alt season. This was a really strong ripping season for alts. You just want to know, is the next 3 to 6 months going to be super bullish? And is it worth my time? Being in the market right now and actually attempting. And you can see here, the last time we had this, we had a big eruption within the market. We literally ran, it was the November run. I remember it was at that sort of point. And now we're at that point where we've crossed again. So now we have a big confirmation.
This is the most important chart in my opinion. Because this is a chart that shows a change in momentum of confidence. So when you look at the 50 and the 20 MA, this is the chart that's showing us that there is remember we said there was a change in momentum and we felt like it was more risk on. Now this chart has confirmed it for us. So for me, this is the most important chart.
It's just another confirmation. And, I had this drawn up. This is still the best chart. And everyone now knows this is the chart you use always. The USDT dominance calls everything at this sort of point. And this was my drawing, guys. This was the same drawing that I've had within the week where we smashed completely through whatever was previous resistance. This is a short-term pullback. I see this next leg being massive. I'm seeing April being a really big month. And the fact that we have dominance losing that control. Think about it now, Rand. If we look at dominance now and we look at the levels, if this was the only response dominance had off of this last big wave, can indicate something very big in this sort of industry, that dominance can get back into those 30%. And we were talking about that little scenario of what happens if this happens. I don't know if I see a higher high in Bitcoin. If we have this dominance drop and we drop this low and we get this rip down, I'm looking at a 2017 scenario where we had the blow off from Bitcoin. Now, people say Bitcoin didn't blow off.
Take us to 2017. Let's look at 2017 on the Bitcoin chart, because a lot of people weren't there, don't really remember, decided to get amnesia, wanted to get amnesia, hit themselves over the head to get amnesia, because we want to forget about that.
Bitcoin, this was how it worked in 2017. You had Bitcoin run and it really ripped. You had altcoins that ran with it, but it wasn't the true alt run. It shot all the way up. Bitcoin then fell from $19,000 to $10,000. Now, is that not very similar to 60,000 or 69,000 and dropping to 30,000? It's literally a halfway drop of the last move. Mm-hmm. And then what happened was, this was the big transition at this time of when dominance completely collapsed. And then we had this little rage from Bitcoin, where Bitcoin ranged back from 10K, it went back to the $17,000 region. And in this time was the shift to alt season. Now, if you look at the different charts between ETH to Bitcoin at that time, this was the difference. Was this leg here. So that drop that I spoke to you guys about now on Bitcoin was this drop here. Then what happened after? Bitcoin rallied up, right? Bitcoin didn't make the higher high. What did Ethereum do? Ethereum literally ripped from $500 and went all the way to 1,500. That was alt season. So everyone keeps talking about this blow off sort of region. Now, no. People are talking about, but Bitcoin didn't have a blow off top. We didn't have that blow off top. And I'm like, let's jump to the monthly year. And you tell me that this is not a blow off, in my opinion. Is that not a blow off top? In my opinion, look at way higher time frame views.
Okay, I think I agree with you on that. I actually really think I agree with you on that. But let's look at whether we made a higher high or a lower high now, because it feels to me like we made a higher high now on the daily.
We did. And this is where I'm looking at, this was a big transition. We had the big shift. Remember, we're in a bigger range now than what it is. I'm just saying that this possibility, it's just confirming why we're in altcoins and why, I'm expecting the altcoins to be the really big ones that are moving, as we can see now in the last few weeks. And I see them to continue. But I'm saying there is a possibility, of, You know, Bitcoin in the next 5 years is going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, is this cycle done yet? And for me, a push here, a test back to these zones, and then possibly continuing, you know, within the next year, you know, it can make sense. I'm just looking at when is true alt season. You know, we spoke about it a lot last year. And as long as Bitcoin's rampaging, we're never going to get true alt season. If Bitcoin goes and breaks all-time high now, we're going to get alt rampages, but we're not going to get that absolutely false, that face melting, you know, rip than what we've seen. So it's just another scenario. So, you know, from here, remember what I was saying with Bitcoin, and what I'm looking at is I'm still looking, the next big zone, the really big zone is the 200-day moving average. I think we're going to hover here within the weekend. We're going to get when the 8-hour and the 12-hour at the bottom, I'm looking at a response from this. We've clearly broken trend, and if we break through here, I'm still seeing Bitcoin rally into these times. The only difference is I'm looking at this chart completely dropping down to these lower levels again. So it's just confirming again with the alts and where we're at. It's just about, you know, looking at the year, at the two different possibilities. Bitcoin either breaks all-time high this year, or we're doing the lower high and it's actually alt season. And then we know the cycle's done and we can go through a year bear cycle after that. You know, it is something we must always just be aware of. But right now, it is money-making time. You know, people talked about a correction yesterday. Okay, so that's a correction. You know what I mean? Guys, it's going to get worse. So just prep yourself along this journey because the ranges are going to get bigger. This was not a correction. Bigger corrections do.
So what happens next, you know? When is there a bounce now? Do we start buying now? Do we wait? Are you waiting for?
So I feel there's going to be a short-term push up in dominance. I'm talking short-term. I still feel that whole leg down, but that leg down will come on the next pump up, in my opinion. So I'm looking at the altcoins possibly going a little bit lower than where they are. We're not promised that right now. I'm going to go through many that have broken and tested that are in buy zones right now. But for me, ETH coming back down to 3.1 and stuff, you know, it will get the RSIs reset. You can see the daily is only coming down now. So, you know, that's where I want to be loading up. We rode this really well. We took some profits along the journey. And the next leg from ETH, I'm looking, you know, from 3.1, I'm looking up to the 3.8 to the $4,000 region. I'm looking at the next leg being bigger than this legs that we just created with a lot of the alts at this point. Now we look at little ones like Chainlink.
We agree on that.
People want to, you know, like this was a pullback. For me, this was a test, a support and resistance test. Does that look like, you know, this is why you got to get your limit orders ready, guys, because you're not going to be able to catch the market buys quick enough. So when you finally break through, you know, and we've broken through major trends, you know, they come and retest. So you want to put your limit orders in there. So when they quickly come in and fall, because, you know, you look at this now, this was a successful breakout, higher high and a retest. You know what I mean? And are we promised for it to come back there? We're not, because it already retest. Can it come? If it does, that's where you want to act again. But this for me, Chainlink, you know, it's very bullish. We're still so far from the 200. Like there's still so much pointing me to the upward side of running back to the $24 as the next target, which makes it a lot bigger leg than the first one we're in now. You know, we looked yesterday, I gave Super. Now Super, when I gave it, it went nicely. Then it had a pullback with Bitcoin, but you still got to not forget what Super just broke. Like Super broke the main day trend. And for me, this is a big thing. We broke, we tested, but you know, Super's only just taking off now. So you got to be looking at these dips as when else are you going to get in? You can't be chasing these pumps, guys. You got to be getting ready for these quick dips and you got to be acting. But don't flip into your old bearish mode at that time. Bitcoin broke main structure. And for that, we need to trade what's happening right now. We'll always prep risk management, and I'm always going to help you guys with percentage of stop losses on your portfolio. But you can't miss these dips when they happen. You can't turn bearish when there's a short-term dip, because that's your buying opportunity to continue the run. And you can see now how everything yesterday literally just tested. Everything just tested. If I go through these quickly and show you guys, you know, on what Cardano, that was it. You know what I mean? That's the pullback right now. Possibility. I was thinking the pullback was going to be bigger. But the fact that dominance kept dropping and the bigger dip was on Bitcoin fascinated me, because that means the alt high is not in yet. The alt highs on these legs is not in yet, because why would they turn dominance in the favor of alts when Bitcoin is looking weak at this sort of point? So for me, I was expecting a bigger pullback from the alts. So which means for me, the highs are not in just yet. I still think we're going to have these strong rips to the upside, and there's going to be bigger pullbacks and then continuation. So get used to them and use them to the advantage. But we go through this like Tezos for me, guys. You didn't 2 days ago wasn't the buy. The buy's now. Like this is long daily trend, break, retest. There's a support resistance flip beautifully at this point. That's when you want to be loading up some more. So remember, guys, a lot of these charts are a little bit different at points. Now, do you see the difference of a significant higher high? So for me, Atom here, for investment side, is very interesting and where I want to be loading up in any of these zones. There's a possibility of $27, definitely. But this, we still need Atom to break through and get that higher high. The big leg is still coming for Atom. We didn't get it in this run just yet. Bitcoin's on support right now, showing strength right now. Zill is crazy. Zill's absolutely crazy. Look at Solana, not even affected. So this wasn't the pullback. If people want to talk about a pullback, a proper pullback will come. And when it comes, we've got to be ready for that. But for now, everything's still rampaging. So you're definitely not buying Solana at this point. But for me, it looks like Solana's going to make the $140 to the $150 region, then a proper pullback, and then the continuation move. So yesterday was not a serious, massive, big pullback in the market, and you go through all of them. So this is nice, guys, because you got some that have ripped. You got some like Zill, you got some like Solana, they've moved, and those you're going to have to be patient to add some more to your bags at the later stage. But for ones like this, where they haven't ripped fully yet. So what means by that is they are still in beautiful zones to be stocking up. Now, I can still see DOT coming down to $19, and I'm very, very interested at this point. Like, that's where I want to load up because it never had that crazy run just yet. And the next leg, I'm telling you, the ones that had the smaller legs, especially these good major alts, had the smaller legs now is going to have the bigger leg on the next run. It's going to have the bigger push than what the previous ones did, where we had the Solana pump or whatever. Just watch. We'll see as it progresses. Look at Luna. Nothing. Like, yes, it broke all high. It's come down, Robert's things, but that's a support test for me. You know what I mean? It's Kusama. We took profits here, definitely. This is where I want to buy back. So for me, the real pullback hasn't happened, but Bitcoin's pullback has happened. So it means that from here, I'd rather want to see Bitcoin shoot from here to here, then a proper pullback, and then the continuation. This will be the proper alt push there for now. I'm looking at the alts that are in the zones now and breaking all the daily trends right now. And those are the ones I'm acting on. So Super's one of them, Chainlink's one of them. I saw Rune started to slow down, so I hope you guys did look at that sort of point. Whatever goes up will come down at some point, and we can load up more. Definitely broke high time frame structure, and I'm waiting for that. So we sort of prepped for both of them. I saw Fantom did wake up a little bit. It's still under my major support trend, so it's still here at this point. And it's got this daily trend over here as well at that zone. So we'll see if it does not secure anywhere. This is what Fantom needs to do. Fantom has to do this. Like, it has to. Fantom's got to rip from here to $2. If it doesn't, there's always the possibility of coming back to the $1 region. It has to wake up now, and it has to really rip to change structure, because it's still very clearly in a downtrend at this point. And I'm looking at where can I get it for the cheapest at those sort of range. Look at MATIC. Guys, you see why you got to have limit orders ready. Because look how it breaks, look how it tests quickly, and now it's back up. And that's a beautiful RS flip, beautiful, that's great. Look at this chart. I can't believe it. Zill.
I think I must be honest. I think Zill's had too much of a run. I think it's had too much of a run.
Me as well. I'd bank and I'd leave 20% to continue and rip. You've made so much money already. This was, even though we shot up again today, this was a very negative candle. Like, we had a very long wick candle there. And if we go have a look, it was very high volume too. So people are starting to sell, and someone big is starting to sell too. And I'm sort of looking at these long wicks here at the point of, take some, leave some for the long run, because you've got beautiful entries at these zones. But don't be afraid, because if you got gunpowder there, you can go load up some of that gunpowder here, and you can go load some onto Super, and you can load some of that. You're being smart. You're starting to become a smart person by learning to take some off the table. Can we see your torti? Did I just read that?
Carl, what's going on with you, bro?
Carl, what? Yeah.
I didn't say it.
See, why did you put it up?
Sheldino, I've got a couple that I want you to look at. So POKT, POKT. I'm looking for an entry into POKT. I missed that one. I feel like I want a FOMO. Tell me what you think. It's on Gate, and I think it's on Huobi.
So it's quite early off at this point, and it's got support here. So support buys is the only time. So
Give me a level.
$1 zone looks good, brother. Between the 92 cents to the $1 zone. This is only investments. I won't be trading this, but investment entries are good, definitely.
Okay,
Good one, brother.
Moonriver. Moonriver.
Broke strong. Moonriver looked good. I went through it yesterday. Let's go through it again quickly.
What I'm asking is it came down a lot today, so I'm thinking of a little dip into Moonriver. Even I've got so many, my God.
What is it again? MOVR.
MOVR.
MNVR. Am I wrong?
MOVR. Mover.
MOVR. That is here somewhere. There we go. Oh, so it was really nice to see that volume. That was the point. So what this is sort of doing is the basic view. Just these candles are not beautiful, but in that region, but it's basically looking at, that's what you want to see. So the only times I'll be adding some more Moonriver is the late 50s.
Okay. All right, let's maybe go into, should we go into the chat and see what the guys want in the chat for a few minutes?
Yeah. I just want to give the updates on ALGO yesterday. So ALGO is still there, guys. And this is one, it had the small pullback, but as soon as we finally get a close outside of this region over here, the next gap is big for me. So that one, I'm still looking at great investment side. I'm looking for obviously the Bitcoin bounce. Gala as well had the little fake out of that, and now it's come down to support. So it actually looks at really nice investment entries for Gala. I think it's going to rip when we finally break out of this. Next resistance is here. So that's going to be my next TP points for Gala. But I'm looking at around 24 cents of dollar costing at that zone. Guys, I'm not missing this opportunity right now. We can't be scared when the markets are dipping and being FOMO when the markets are pumping. I see Neo Protocol. Okay, that's not cheap enough just yet. Yeah, brother, if you can go through the comments along and...
All right, let's take a couple. We don't have much time. We've got 5 minutes to go. Let's see. We've got 5 minutes to go. Arweave. Arweave. Miles went long leverage on. Miles took a leverage long on Arweave.
Why?
Because Carl told him to.
Carl, what did you tell him, bro?
Carl, tell the truth. Did you guys not take a leverage long on Arweave?
I didn't take leverage. I told him don't leverage it. I literally said do not use leverage. This is very risky at this level. And I gave him 3 entry points. And I think he leveraged 10x on the first one, which was the highest.
He leveraged 10x. He leveraged 10x on the first one.
Yeah.
He did.
And then I got stopped out, so he probably got liquidated. I don't know.
Leverage, guys. And I know there's a lot of leverage guys here that are in the community that are starting to trade as well. And a leverage course is coming, and it's going to blow your absolute mind on what's coming. One hint on that now: you do not leverage trade. I'm never ever telling you to ever leverage trade, but if you are doing your own damn leverage trading, you never leverage trade unless you're 12-hour, 8-hour, and 4-hour at the bottom.
Okay, well, you're going to do the course. Give it away in the course. All right, we've got Pedro Mansouri who says, Joe.
So let me just quickly update you on Arweave. So Arweave support test, guys. So let me just show it in here. Boom. Beautifully on support, and we are right at the verge of the big daily breakout. So this one's exciting for me. Very exciting for me, Arweave. Joe. Look at your imposters, Ran.
Do I still have my imposters? Yes, I do. Have lots of imposters. I feel like I'm an imposter godfather.
So this is good. So this is what you want to see, guys. Big break of previous high. And you see how we come test previous support. So that's good. So you see these quick dips. You have to set limit orders. So if you're looking for Joe, I'd be keeping limit orders at 1.05 in that region, just having them set here. That's where you want to buy them. Bitcoin's still sitting on support right now. So don't chase the pump within. Set some limit orders.
Okay, let's go. There was someone who asked about Qredo. Yes. Someone said Run lost his keys. Yeah, I did. I lost the keys to my scooter. So I can't find my keys to my scooter. Qredo, yes, I'm still holding Qredo.
Feels good. Yeah, I called Qredo the other day. Let's actually have a look to see. The QRDO.
QRDO. It's such a big valuation, Qredo. Gee, it was. But I do hold some.
Yeah. So it's looking good at this point. Small little fake out, didn't get the higher high just yet. So a bit more patience. We finally want to get the higher high test and continuation. Otherwise, you always have the support. So I would say this is investment guys being a bit more patient, and traders want to look for the breakouts, the clear breakouts.
Alrighty. You know what we can do? Let's just quickly, just for fun, because it's April Fool Day. We should just have some fun. If you do have a ByBit account with the Crypto Banter referral link, we'll double your portfolio quickly. Just list you 1 or 2 just for fun. So I'm randomly going to select people. As you can see, there's not a chance in hell that I can know who's going to be the winner. And I'm going to choose these 3. 1, 2, 3. So, what did I do there? I must undo it. Okay, so I'm 1, 2, 3. I'm going to choose number 737, 738, and 739. Let me just fill them in blue today. 738, 739. If you don't have a ByBit account, sign up with a ByBit account. Every single day for the next month, we will be doubling the balance in your account. Okay, this is the moment we are stressed, because I don't know how much money. Up to 5,000, Chad. It's got to be up to 5,000, because I can't afford to pay everybody so much money. There might be a well here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, I have to go all the way back down there, because when you unhide on fucking Google Sheets, primitive program. Oh, okay, $63, $49, and $61. Those are the ones. I'm going to double your accounts. I'm going to get caught out by a whale one day. I'm telling you, I'm going to get caught out by like a 10 grand. All right, so if those are your account numbers, you're going to get double your money in your account, guys. Amazing. Don't forget, later on today.
Yeah, go for it.
Later on today, we've got Banter. This is our Friday Banter today. We have Elio, we have Invest Answers, and we have Chris from Downmaker. So it's going to be a big show coming up at 10 a.m. EST. And then, it's going to be a big show. Sheldon?
Yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, within this weekend, we did so well in this last week, and I want to keep the momentum. So I'm going to be having tiles ready as well. I will be going live this weekend as well. So if there's any more breakouts, if there's any more dips in the market, I will go live. We're going to continue this run, and we're going to keep kicking ass.
Amazing. And then Sunday, maybe we should do another one of those call-in shows with the community. Get the community to call in, help them with their portfolios and stuff like that.
I've got so many else to go through. Like we'll do a good session tomorrow, and then we'll do the call-in on. Yeah,
or just do it on CoinPanel. I mean, if you don't have CoinPanel, just update the chart. All the charts.
They finally done maintenance. So guys, just make sure you've refreshed and you go reselect my charts, and you'll see everything's reloaded. The maintenance is all sorted, and that's all running good.
Alrighty, see you guys again on the weekend, sometime on the weekend. Until then, trade well, friends.